Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. It's never just one. Now, a young lady wanted me to address that the issue about soulmates, right? You know, about a person having, just one special person. That's their soulmate, that great love and everything. And some people might use the term twin flame and everything. And, that's kind of a spiritual thing. The twin flame thing, that's more in, more in spiritual paths that believe in reincarnation and stuff. All paths don't necessarily believe in that. Right. I'll say this about that. It's never just one. People, that's a romantic notion. Like you meet that one person who's so perfect. They get you and all of that. And then, you live happily ever after. That's a Disney movie. That's not reality. All right. First of all, a person, if they believe in that idea, a soulmate, you have several soulmates. People are dynamic. If you believe in the spiritual side of it, do you think a creator would, first of all, the creator, whatever name you want to use, would never have just one person for you? Because several things could happen. That person could die in an accident. They might marry somebody else, or shoot, they might not like you. You might be thinking that's your soulmate and stuff, and they don't. Like I said, it's a romantic notion. Now, that being said, you are going to run into some people who, they're going to affect your soul in a certain way. They're going to affect your spirit. And here's the thing. You have like several soulmates. All of them are a romantic partner. And, I know a woman, she calls this her best friend, a female best friend. And they both hetero. Calls that her soulmate. Your grandmother could be your soulmate, your brother. Whoever helps your spirit to grow, that's your soulmate, right? That's your soulmate, and you'll have several. Like that whole thing, you meet that person is happily ever after. No, because people grow. And even in relationships, right? People don't realize relationships, you're not supposed to really stay with the same person all the time. People be looking at when they break up as a failure, but it's only a failure if you didn't learn the lesson there. Right? And there's some deep stuff, some stuff I probably need to go over on my Deep Thought channel. But every relationship is to help you grow, is to help bring something out of you. Right? And, you might meet somebody. Like I was watching Orville, right? Orville, that's a deep show. Right? And one of the characters was talking about like this guy she had been married to. She had been married to the captain on the show, right? So that's an interesting dynamic. And then she did something real weird with her eyes, but she said if she didn't do this, she might not have ever got into, she might not have learned that skill. And the story was, without getting too deep into the story, it was about a character who, that's too deep because then I got to explain the whole story. But I'll use an example from that story, right? Say you meet a woman, right? Say since it's the woman's channel, say you meet a guy, right? Say you meet a guy, and this guy is, say this guy's a writer, right? Say this guy's a writer. I'll use myself. You know what? I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm a writer. I'm going to use myself, right? All right. There was you might not be listening to this now if I didn't write, right? You might not be listening to this. You'd be listening to somebody else at this time. If any of the women who've been profoundly affected by what I say on this channel, you wouldn't have got it from me. You might have got it someplace else, but you wouldn't have got it from me. So anybody I've had a positive impact on came because I started writing. But I may have never got into writing, though I had a talent for it, if it wasn't for a relationship with this one very beautiful woman. And in fact, I kind of talk about her in my books, Starting from Zero. I kind of like fictionalized kind of what was going on. But the thing was, she was because when I first started talking about writing, right? When I first started talking about writing, most women didn't support it. Most women were like, well, how you going to make money that way? They were looking at the money. Nobody ever asked if I actually had any talent. But this woman, one of my most positive relationships, right? And here's the irony. It wasn't a sexual relationship. It was not a sexual relationship. It was a very good friendship, right? But the thing she brought to the table was that she was encouraging of me going for her dreams, because she was the type who went for her dreams. Now, if we didn't have that relationship, that closeness, I might have got into something else. You know, I might, and you know, with my educational background, shoot, I could have easily did that, right? But the relationship, it meant, you know, we fell out of touch. I mean, we keep up on Facebook, but you know, that relationship was just for that moment. Now, me and her clicked, we got along. You know, it could have went on a deeper level, but it didn't. But it didn't need to. Her purpose was to come into my life and be that encouraging voice for me to keep going, right? To bring something out. Like a lot of women, and I'll give you another example. There's a woman I know, I ain't gonna call her name because she has some notoriety. She does have some notoriety. Y'all be surprised how many like major or minor celebrities I know personally. But I remember she was telling me, like, right now, this is a woman who owns like a art museum. She runs an art museum, right? And I remember we had a conversation. She told me about she didn't get into art until she got in a relationship with this dude who was an artist. Then all of a sudden she started drawing and really getting into art herself. Now, would she be running this art museum now if she didn't deal with this guy? Now, for that moment, that's all he was supposed to do. See, when we meet, we have people who are supposed to be in our lives just for a season. They supposed to come in. They supposed to bring something out of us. That could be a sexual relationship. It could be a platonic relationship. It could be anybody. It could be like that same sex person who just be the one that say, look, you fucking up now. Do something. Because we're supposed to grow. That whole final mate thing, it's, you know, you never know what's going to happen. Like you could be with your final mate, what you think to be your soulmate, and the person, like I said, die. You don't wish that on anybody, but, or they could, you know, your lives change and you decide, you know what, we need to move on. Now, technically in those cases, as an aside, y'all should party because y'all made each other better for the next mate, right? And then you might actually get along better with the next person. See, we will have several soulmates in our life. And people have to look at that. They need to take each relationship, platonic, friendship, sexual, and look at what it's bringing. Are you becoming a better person? Or are you becoming a worse person? And it's not pretty. It's not always pretty because sometimes a lot of people need that person, that one person going to come in their lives and kick their ass. As a dear woman said to me, a woman who, she was like a second mother to my co-parent. She said the best way to love someone sometimes is to curse them out. Because sometimes people just need their asses kicked. But that's a soulmate. That's what a soulmate is not supposed to make your life comfortable and all of that. They supposed to help you grow. Now, some people do. It's like, you know, to paraphrase, what was that crazy dude's name? I ain't even gonna go there. But just to use this paraphrase I heard from this dude, somebody could probably, I can't remember his name now. But he said we can do this the easy way or the hard way. All right? Most people don't want to do shit the easy way. Excuse my French, but most people don't want to do stuff the easy way. So they need somebody to come along. And, you know, I imagine God sitting up there is like, dang, we tried to tell this person to do it. We tried to make it so easy. All right, let me make it so this dude come in. Like a lot of women especially, avoid relationships that can actually help them. Some women need to deal with a dude who might not be their usual type, but he might bring some type of healing to them. Right? And sometimes, a lot of times, people avoid those relationships, whether it's sexual, personal, business, whatever, because you never know what they can bring you. All right? So that's a soulmate. It's never just one. You got several going through life. They ain't all opposite sex and at all sexual or anything, because that's the key. So anyway, that's all I got on that. I apologize to the sister for not having her name right in front of me, but that's how I roll sometimes. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.